We gonna find out where I'm going. We found out. This will be extra, yo. It's a video.
Just as the director was about to ask them about the way to become rich, Burns showed up suddenly.
What are you people doing in my summer home? This is Eduardo, my pool boy. He thinks he's an angry rich man.
Yes.
I am an angry rich man. That's the pool chemicals talking.
Homer begged Burns not to expose the truth. He was even willing to give Bart to Burns as an adopted son. But Burns refused his offer. He exposed the lies told by the Simpson family. He rescued Smithers, who had been locked up.
Please get me out of here. It's 11:59:59.
Let's see what you got.
And now, a word or several from our sponsors. Stop in for
How did children realize their dreams 32 years ago? The director records their lives once every 8 years. Clancy wanted to be a policeman. Marge wanted to be a photographer. Homer wanted to become the richest person.
He's singing.
I will be rich. I'll own a football team and a basketball team, and I'll make them play baseball.
8 years later, Clancy became a hall monitor at school. He studied at the police academy when he was 24 years old. Although his academic grades were very low, his massage skills were deeply loved by his teachers.
Hey, what's the matter, buddy? Need a back rub?
After he started his career, he relied on his professional massage skills. The mayor promoted him to the position of sheriff.
And here we are in now times. As you can see, I've gotten everything I've ever wanted.
Marge loved photography since she was a little girl. 8 years later, she became the star photographer of the school newspaper. When she was 24 years old, her dream was no longer limited to photography. She fell in love with Homer and even thought the work of photography was boring. Now she lives in a luxurious mansion. She owes all of this to her husband, Homer. Homer, at the age of 24, had not realized his dream yet. He sold chemical fertilizers. He worked as a detergent salesman. He even had a band of his own.
So tight.
We're making a new Roblox game that will defeat the brain rot genre. You didn't think that we would make a game about cows, did you? This is Last Stop, an RNG co-op survival game where you and your friends drive a bus between locations trying to reach the end. But before you can do that, you have to survive the nights. To even play the game we just described, the bus has to exist first. So on day 1 of building Last Stop, we added the bus, since everything starts there. We'd love to hear your feedback, so comment what we should add next and like the video. The top comment gets added at 1,000 likes. Join our Discord server for more leaks. We're making a new Roblox game.
It costs a lot sometimes. Jet. Get it up here. I see what I should do. Perfect. Now we're rich.
Who said stick 7 first? Part 2. So in 2025, I made a video talking about how William Shakespeare was the first person to say 6-7 without it literally meaning the numbers 6-7. To him, 6-7 meant confusion or risk and worry. But now, even though I thought we left 6-7 in the past,
I've got a few
people
minutes to
online have
browse.
found the first ever recording of someone actually saying 6-7 without it meaning 6-7 by the numbers. Because on a TV show known as Twilight Zone, on episode 28 that aired in 1960, the internet found the first ever recording of someone literally saying 6-7, which we can see and hear. Here it is. 6-7. Yeah, pretty crazy. And I really thought the internet forgot about this whole 6-7 meme. But the fact that they found the first ever recording of someone saying 6-7 is mind-blowing. Who said 6-7 first?
4 in the morning is
Part
not a bad
2.
time.
So in 2025, I made a video
I don't need to tell you that is more than 3 feet. Thank you, Andres. You can come down now. You can't. Wonderful.
Hey, you got traded? Up from Quincy?
Elliot Cohen, please don't waste our time. Light the candle. Okay.
Yeah?
First lost cause of the day.
They dropped a glass on the ground. Springtrap employs a variety of brutal tactics to dispatch his victims. His first method is a drawn-out, predatory assault. He pins his victim down and savagely bites their limbs to immobilize and weaken them. He then proceeds to consume them alive, with death resulting from massive blood loss and traumatic shock. His second method is more expedient.
Okay, it's only 3
Sharp
hours.
tools and knife and axe to hit the victim.
Not you.
We're going to have sister location jump scare sounds taken. This time, there are a total of 6 jump scare sounds. However, only 2 of them are actually taken from a specific source, which are Funtime Freddy's and Circus Baby's jump scare from the ice cream minigame. The other jump scare sounds are speculated to be real sounds recorded by hired actors and edited by Scott, since no one has ever been able to find their exact origins. Let's start with Circus Baby's scream, which comes from a stock audio library featuring a girl screaming. Here's a comparison between them. Next is Funtime Freddy's jump scare sound, which is more interesting. It actually comes from an elephant sound, found in a sound library called Animal Tracks, with the addition of a velociraptor roar layered on top. The audio is heavily edited, with pitch changes and effects applied to make it more aggressive and mechanical. Also, I found out that
Kai's cameraman finally broke his chains and gave him a brutal reply. You see, Kai has always treated his cameraman like a machine, someone he uses to vent his anger on. Whether it's day or night, his one job seemed to be taking slaps for every small mistake. But things crossed all the limit. Kai slapped his cameraman just because he bought a small item using Kai's money. The cool shoe and a belt? Damn, see?
No, you bought this for me, right?
Huh? What?
Yeah, you told me to go, pick out a fit.
No, the f- I did. No, the f- I did not.
I told you to go pick out a fit.
You took my card. Glad to smack you. After everything he had endured, the cameraman had enough. And when Kai once again tried to slap him, this time he forgot that he was just an employee and gave him a strong reply.
What are you trying to do? Lock the f in. Now, put the cam down. That's right. Put the cam down.
Need to swap? A little more. Let's see what you got. Genuine.
Why do 70% of cat owners think their cats act jealous? Is it all in their heads, or do cats really get jealous?
Leela, captain of the ship, had no idea where her future was headed. Just then, she learned that Zap had been demoted after being accused of sexual misconduct by Kif. He took a public shower and used me to scrub his armpit. After Zap was exiled, Leela was hired to serve as the interim captain of the Nimbus and was allowed to bring 2 crew members along. She chose Fry and Bender at his perfect functioning state at the Nimbus commissioning ceremony. Leela worried she wouldn't win over the crew, but Fry encouraged her, assuring her she could handle anything. After delivering her inaugural address, Leela indeed won the soldiers' affection. Her first mission was a diplomatic visit to planet Talia, where they were warmly welcomed by the aliens. Ali, the Witch of Talia, led the group on a tour of the planet's advanced inventions, all of which ran on pneumatic technology, and also showed them the planet's core air supply, the atmospheric vent, which continuously produced clean, pure air. Only then did Leela's superiors reveal the mission's true purpose. They intended to buy Talia's air, and the so-called peace treaty was actually an acquisition plan. Leela couldn't go against her conscience. Meanwhile, Zap was sent to captain's retraining, where his instructor was DR. Hey, the doctor slapped Zap hard, forced him to endure grueling space simulation trials, and then demanded absolute obedience, ordering him to attack.
Hobo enough for a house.
Why does Mr. House still show a signal loss, even with cold fusion power? No one at New Vegas's most chilling canonical ending. In Season 1, a small cold fusion reactor was enough to power an entire city. Powering the Lucky 38 alone should be effortless. Yet in the latest episode, Mr. House still vanishes from the screen. Many fans took this as proof that he had died once again. But the truth may be far more disturbing than you think. First, the Mr. House we see on screen may actually be Yes Man in disguise.
Need something? Housing permit?
Uh-huh. Tell me about the permit again.
One home available, center of town near the market. Interested?
I'd like to, but I'm a bit short.
Well, the home isn't going anywhere. Maybe someday.
Remember when Mr. House claimed his physical body was destroyed by a wandering traveler wielding a crowbar? The only person capable of that is Courier 6. Combined with the Securitron striking a pose eerily similar to the Yes Man ending, it strongly suggests the Courier helped Yes Man replace Mr. House. Second, Caesar's final message is another key piece of evidence. He clearly understood that once he died, the Legion would inevitably fracture. That's why he never named a successor. And the new Caesar, played by Macaulay Culkin, is clearly not Legate Lanius. Legate Lanius' complete absence. Why does
Let me test out this new combo. So we got the Tiger Teleporting Mask.
Because sometimes if you took 1 grain of sand, flew it
Okay, I'm trying to look around and see what we can find, because we need to loot places. Not in this house. I guess we need data. We need junk. We need enough junk to actually sell it, and we can become rich. Can't go over there. We're gonna go right over here. Remove this. Okay. Luckily, I think we've been over here. I don't know. The only way to know is everything's good. Yeah. Yeah, I know that type of creature can kill you. They can. It's just it's time for them to realize you're not safe. Let me check this pod in case anything's in here. Too much weapons. I don't like this.
She's going to die. She needs help.
Die. Let's see what her outfit looks like. Yeah, it looks like the Raider outfit. Stuff. I'm trying to find which. Well, that place is not really far away. When we go to, they are a chance of death. Here, we're not going that way. Okay, I think this is a non-safe place. Okay. Wait, what? Where would be the... Oh my god. Die! Die! I waste so many bullets on these guys, like... Yeah, no, we're almost dead. We should head back to Diamond City. Luckily, we're close by. Wait. Go back to Diamond City.
If you took 1 grain of sand, flew it into space, and launched it back down toward Earth at light speed, that much energy would superheat the air in front of it into plasma and disintegrate the grain
Patch me up, Doc.
before
Tell
it
me
hits
you'll
anything. But
Took a
if
few
you
bad
made
hits
the
recently.
grain of sand
Great.
indeed,
Whatever.
and it impacted Earth, that blast would release more force than all of Earth's nukes combined. Instantly
was there anything else,
vaporizing
Doc?
the
No other
ocean
complaints.
and
All right.
the crust,
Don't
parking,
ruin my
and
hard work
Earth
by dying out
disappear
there.
from a single grain of sand. If you
What the fuck?
took 1 grain of sand...
Sand is that powerful? No, I'm scared. No, I'm scared of sand. That means it can be used as a nuclear weapon. To kill Earth.
Radiation poisoning.
Okay.
Don't be shy. You never too.
I'll take a look. Sure.
Feel that.
Which traps you have? You have 97. This is the guy we were trying to play that pistol down, babe. Play that pistol down. I'm rocking mama. Play that pistol down. We'll knock the mama. Pistol down. Did Rama mean to take mad at sorry. What that? That means I can go to junk and just minus a few stuff. Guess it's yes, it's a 9. Guess it's a 9. Yes. Now I'm getting richer. Okay.
How about I hammer you in the heart with a haymaker?
Hey, Arturo.
If you're looking to keep your load light,
Sure. Let's see what you got.
something.
Oh, Richard, you're pretty rich. You'll give me a lot of caps. It's a 9. C9, that's it. C9. Okay, C9. Okay, we don't have enough yet. But until we become the richest person.
If you took 1 grain of Homer not only clocked in manually, but also clocked out at the same time. Then, as usual, he went to bump into the security guard. To his surprise, it was a stranger's face. His colleagues all agreed that the new security guard was as cold as ice, unwilling to give up. Homer tried to melt this iceberg. As expected, he was rejected again. When he got off work, it suddenly started pouring rain. Homer was pleasantly surprised to find Wayne walking alone in the rain. He enthusiastically invited Wayne to get in the car, but Wayne was not moved until it started hailing, and the sidewalks were closed. Wayne finally gave in. All right, Homer, you win. To show his gratitude, the two went to a bar for a drink. His colleagues couldn't believe their eyes. Homer had actually tamed this ice sculpture. At this moment, Wayne really needed to use the bathroom. He slipped away quietly, right after he left. Robbers broke down the door on motorcycles. He pointed a gun at everyone and demanded they hand over their money. Mo secretly pulled out a shotgun and chambered around. But the robber had anticipated his move. Fortunately, Wayne finished using the restroom just in time. He kicked the robber to the ground and then pinned him down with a tripod. Ah, my presto! This smooth combination of moves made Homer admire him even more. Homer not only clocked.
Why is this guy ruining his $1,000 drum by making a porthole in it? Actually doing this doesn't ruin the drum. Instead, it improves its sound. The hole allows trapped air to escape faster when the drum is struck, which reduces sustain and increases attack. This creates a tighter, punchier low end that works well for live sound and studio recording. It also lets engineers place a mic inside the drum for more control over tone. Why is this guy ruining his $1,000?
Bart pulled the rope to make the bone hang in the air. Martin was so scared that he fell off the cliff. Fortunately, Martin could still be saved. Lisa wanted Martin to climb up along the long pole, but Martin had already passed out. The two of them never expected they would cause Martin's death. Bart rode his bike back home in fear.
I've got a few minutes to
Lisa
browse.
comforted Bart, saying that Martin might just be injured. Homer covered the house with smoke detectors. It turned out that Patty and Selma had to stay at the Simpsons' house because their apartment needed mold removal. Homer was extremely unhappy about this, but under pressure from Marge, he had to agree. Homer objected on the grounds that smoking was a health hazard to the children, and Marge agreed with Homer's point. The two promised that as soon as they saw the sisters smoking in the house, they would kick them out immediately. Homer had to agree for the time being, and then installed many smoke detectors in the rooms. Patty and Selma were not worried at all. They got up and went outside, but the weather suddenly changed and it began to pour heavily. They had to return to the room dejectedly. Homer put up a lot of posters in the house. At this time, the two sisters bought a bunch of e-cigarettes, making the electronic alarms completely useless. However, the e-cigarettes could not satisfy the two heavy smokers.
They call these cigarettes. They don't sting my fingers. My hair smells like hair. And why do I stick out of the smoke holes? Where's the bar? Where's the staff for that breath that reminds me of a wolf?
Suddenly, Patty noticed that there was no smoke detector in the bathroom. They snuck in and locked the door, then took out the hidden cigarettes. To cover it up, they turned on the faucet.
You can't resist smoking in the house any more than I can resist drinking in the car.
Marge wondered what was going on. Patty said the faucet was on fire. Homer didn't care at all and just wanted to kick them out. No matter how much the two begged, Homer showed no mercy and finally sent them to the Springfield dog track. Lisa at home fell into deep thought along the faucet. It turned out that high-pressure fluid entering the shale layer caused hydraulic fracturing to release natural gas, and this behavior would lead to devastating environmental pollution. Homer was removing the alarms at home, while Lisa and Bart looked for clues through a map. When they arrived, they found it was the Women's Basketball Hall of Fame. Just then, an engineer walked out, and they took the opportunity to sneak in. Inside were all kinds of mining equipment. At this moment, the mastermind, Mr. Burns, appeared and introduced the rock layers of Springfield to them.
These two bricks would be deserved for sticking their noses in my business.
Lisa immediately thought of a solution. She wrote a report to a female congresswoman. Upon seeing it, the congresswoman immediately decided to go to Springfield. Soon they arrived at the Simpsons' house to collect evidence. The congresswoman held a hearing with the evidence. This time, Mr. Burns would surely not escape responsibility. Unexpectedly, Mr. Burns kept playing dumb at the hearing. The angry congresswoman immediately halted the hydraulic fracturing project. After the hearing, Mr. Burns broke into the congresswoman's office. Neither of them was willing to back down, and somehow they ended up getting closer and closer. Homer covered the house with smoke detectors. It turned...
It's the return of the Muppet Show!
He curved the car through the street while his conjoined twin brother screamed, and some say he drove them right into a passing cart. Police arrived moments later and arrested them both. In court, the judge was about to send the driver to jail, but his conjoined brother argued that he was innocent, and sending his brother to jail would mean imprisoning him too. The judge realized there was no fair punishment, because no cell could hold one conjoined twin without trapping the other. So both men were released.
Yeah, we're gonna try to sell junk to that guy once I'll probably become richer.
If we built a perfect backup Earth in deep space to save humanity, and one woman and one man entered it, humans would die out due to genetic diseases from the same parents. Even if you entered alone with 1,000 women, genetic diseases would affect every person in the colony after just 40 years. In order to survive for 100,000 years, there would have to be an equal number of men and women. But after such a long time, Earth would probably be nothing more than a legend to them. If we built a perfect backup Earth in deep space...
Wait. They do have a point, but there one issue about that. We've been here before. You know what to know is by the terminals unlocked. Yes, there is. Should have been a mission. Yes, okay, so this is okay. Yeah. Okay, how much junk do we have? Okay, we have enough to go sell from that one guy to Diamond City. We'll go back to Diamond City.
Hey there. You looking to trade? Let's trade. Smiling Larry hasn't got it? You probably.
You're not that rich. You want to give us enough ass. The one guy in Diamond City is like over just a bit over 200, but we get 300 tabs left over, which you could do a lot of stuff. Bottom.
If we built a perfect...
Hey, Fat Tony, Homer here. If you pull me up, I can save both our lives. You just threw me off a bridge, LOL. Explain first, then I pull you up. Scary turtle down here, also running low on oxygen. Crying laughing emoji. Okay, let's hurry before the Prussians get down. How did you steal my recipe?
Your super cool backwards sunglasses recorded everything!
It's the Prussians! Run!
Well, forget about it, are we?
Wasn't enough just taking my father's love from me. You have to steal his recipe too?
People all over this town are honoring your father's memory. And now that the world has his recipe, your father will never truly be gone.
Preacher, put down the sack.
The one who dies with the most toys wins.
Leela knocks over a jar of honey, which forms Fry's exact shape on the couch.
Is that you? Hand me a phone.
Why am I sticky and naked? Professor Farnsworth scans it and finds Fry has fallen into a honey river. The honey has preserved his DNA and brainwaves. And what's more, Fry miraculously regenerated upon contact with the honey. It's completely unscientific, yet somehow makes perfect sense. But Leela doesn't care. She's just happy to see Fry. Fry, however, begs her to wake up.
Wake up! Oh no!
It turns out everything is just another dream. Leela can no longer tell reality from fantasy, teetering on the edge of collapse. She pilots a spaceship alone to find Fry's coffin, but when she opens it, there's no body inside, only a strange portal. Trapped in an endless loop of dreams, surrounded by chaos and absurdity, she tears down the clamorous walls and grabs the honey. 3 sips, and she'll fall into permanent sleep. But just as she's about to take the 3rd sip, Fry's voice echoes from a photo frame. Confused, Leela thinks the dream is far too real. She struggles desperately to wake herself, only to end up sobbing and clutching the frame. 2 weeks later, Leela finally regains consciousness. She'd slipped into a coma after being stung by bees. Fry was stung too, but made a full recovery after a spleen transplant. The bee venom in Leela's body, especially the neurotoxin. Leela knocks over a jar of honey, which forms Fry's exact shape on the couch.
Is that you? Hand me a phone.
Why am I sticky and naked? Professor Farnsworth scans it and finds Fry has fallen into a honey river. The honey has preserved his DNA and brainwaves. And what's more, Fry miraculously regenerated upon...
This kid just fell into a deep hole, but not for the reason you may think. You see, his mom asked strangers to look over her kid while she was going to the bathroom for 2 minutes. However, he instantly wore a pair of boots and started jumping around in the puddles while having fun until he found a puddle that was too big and completely fell into it. And although every single stranger got extremely worried for him and was scared he wasn't going to come up, this Asian lady instantly rushed towards him to get him out of the puddle. And when his mom realized and came close to her, she was already draining his shirt until she told her it was just a... This kid just fell into a deep hole, but not for the reason you may think. You see, his mom asked strangers to look over her kid while she was going to the bathroom for 2 minutes.
Bro, we're so rich. We're almost there, come on!
Bart put the cake back after discovering it was made of carrots.
Uranium Fever by... Oh, man. By Elton Britt. Yes. Says so.
Later, Bart noticed the boys playing a new game called Battle Balls, a toy...
I just gently let out a fart. It instantly ignited the rocket thruster.
Well, let's just say she was a little promiscuous. In fact, I think my problem started the day I was born.
It's a boy, Mrs. Quagmire.
That's wonderful.
How do you feel?
Horny. Really horny. Could you put him back so I can push him out again? I was born 9 times that day, and things never got easier. The only way I learned my ABCs was by learning the names of all the guys my mom slept with. Art, Bob, Chet, Don, Ed, Frank, Gus, Hal, Irv, John, Ken, Lou, Matt, Ed, Oxpan. I didn't even get to go to my high school.
Glad you dropped by. You holding up?
Yeah, holding up.
Look, I'm just gonna... So here's the deal.
Right. All right, Piper. I'm in.
Good. So...
My family and I were frozen. Yes. Sure. Honestly, seeing everyone survive.
That. I already know you're looking for your son.
Sure sounds like they might be.
Not even a bit. For the last part of our interview, I'd like to do some thread of kid.
No matter how much you want to give up.
Anyway, I agreed to come.
Piper.
Heading my way.
Sure. Let's go.
I'll be able to take everything I want. So this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna loot her entire house and sell it. All her stuff so I can be rich enough to go. But this is my plan to become rich in this game. I want to be pretty rich, where I can get actual house in Diamond City and live here. Since my plan's on Diamond City. So that means I'll be closer to... What's this? So kid items, so things done. Of course I'm gonna sell all the dirty water. Like all into that, like
It's big, loud,
Hey, is Crystal ready? Oh, hi, Ronnie. Hey, listen, have my mom home by midnight, okay? How about I plow her in the limo and have her home in 20 minutes? Oh, come on, Ronnie. She bought the dress. All I'm asking is that you give me the break that my childhood never did.
Mr. Quagmire, your story is a sad one, but that doesn't excuse your actions. I have no choice but to sentence you to 20 years in prison.
And my mom? Well, let's just say she was a little promiscuous. In fact, I think my problem started the day I was born.
It's a boy, Mrs. Quagmire.
Ah, that's wonderful.
We're gonna buy a house.
Pepsi did something 30 years ago that ended.
That means I'll have 68 bottle caps left, actually, you know.
Up killing 5 people. If you Google number fever, you'll see a contest that the company ran in the Philippines. Now, the idea was simple. If you had a Pepsi bottle cap with the winning number for that day, you won 1,000,000 pesos. Now, Pepsi made sure that there were only 2 winners each day, but on May 2nd, 1992, they announced the wrong number. And instead of there just being 2 winners, hundreds of thousands of Filipinos had this winning cap. The link for the full video is in the comments. Pepsi did.
After building Toy Freddy out of Lego bricks from Five Nights at Freddy's 2, I've had a ton of people ask me to build Toy Chica, and I'll be honest, I've kind of been avoiding it. But it's time to take on that Lego challenge, so after dumping out my yellow parts and finding it,
Bart secretly traded Lisa an envelope that could change her life. After she opened it, Lisa confronted Marge days earlier to help Lisa make friends. Marge and Homer planned a meet and greet party. She invited everyone Lisa had ever met, but only Hubert showed up. Looking at the strange child before her, Homer decided to end the party before Lisa returned. Marge immediately tore down the banner.
Housing permit?
Tell me about the permit again.
One room available.
Homer swiftly
Sector
handed
down near the mark.
I'll take it.
Here's the key. Let me be the first to welcome you as a resident of the Great Green Jewel.
Hey, Geneva.
Enjoy your new home.
Only have 68 caps left. Not bad. Oh my god. Here we go. I'm ready. They will need to fix this. This is probably we're updating the game and they broke the stuff. Because they don't broke the stalls, it did not break the interiors of the doors. They did that. I would be fucking so mad. You're not be able to do no missions.
Burn a piece of cake and toss him into the inflatable bouncer, racing against time before Lisa arrived home. Homer even used a gun to shoot candy down from a tree for Berna. While Marge took Hoover to play the lizard-touching game, Homer punctured the inflatable bouncer. Finally, after giving Hoover all the gifts, Marge sent him on his way. Just then, Lisa arrived home and spotted Hoover passing by. Marge hurriedly stopped him. After Lisa entered, Marge and Homer scrambled back to the couch.
That's a pizza.
To figure out why Lisa couldn't make friends, Marge sought help from Hoover. Since it was lunchtime, she gave Marge a very brief answer.
I'm gonna open the way of the girls do, and if you don't let the dance partner within 10 seconds, there is something very wrong with you.
Soon, the boys and girls formed their own groups. Lisa pinned her hopes on Ralph, but he already had a dance partner. Even the kid lying on the ground found a partner.
That's tough luck, Lisa.
Lisa had no choice but to team up with Willie.
Careful of your toes.
We are gonna delete everything we can in this list. We're gonna sell all this junk from our caps. Buy does everything we bought inside houses and stuff, we should try. Now we really come up all this stuff. This is our new house, I guess. We'll upgrade this house. Okay, we got no power really in this house, so we do.
Just then, Toomey walked over and invited Lisa to be his dance partner. To the melody of the teacher's violin, Lisa and Toomey danced gracefully, enjoying a joyful time. After the dance ended, though Lisa was very happy, she didn't force Toomey to stay. Instead, he invited Lisa to the record store, as the two were lost in the jazz music. Bart happened to see Lisa. Toomey even accepted Lisa's homemade vegetable juice. This only deepened Bart's suspicion of her. He resolved to investigate Toomey. Bart not only deliberately bumped into her and stole her wallet, but also secretly watched Toomey while Lisa and Toomey were watching their feed. Finally, Bart followed Toomey to the hamburger shop. After watching her climb through the slide in the children's area, Bart finally captured the answer he sought with his camera. Afterwards, Bart went to find Lisa with the photos.
This envelope will change your life. Total price of $5. It'll go in piece of greatest.
Lisa suspiciously handed him $5. Hesitantly opening the envelope, she discovered Toomey was actually a friend Marge had paid for. Lisa immediately confronted Marge, demanding why she'd hired someone to be her friend. Heartbroken, Lisa ran away.
God, oh God. I'm the smart parent.
She even refused the apology cake Marge had prepared. To comfort her, Abe shared a story about Homer.
That's the boy you named me after? It is you bitches.
Abe recalled that Homer had suffered from social anxiety since childhood, so he hired Carl and Lenny to play with Homer. They're still good friends to this day. Homer was utterly shocked by this revelation.
Yes, the party's yours for nothing.
Seeing this, Marge felt much better. She decided to talk to Lisa, but Lisa insisted she would tell her therapist about it. For Marge, this felt like the worst possible punishment. Finally, Lisa couldn't bear it anymore. She tried to stop Marge from crying. Lisa decided to try finding like-minded friends. Bart secretly traded Lisa an envelope that could change her life. After she opened it,
You're saved, sir. We're gonna get you back to civilization. And how about we bring along your monkey pal? Okay, yeah, we can teach him sign language, and he can tell us stories about what you two did on the island together.
No, let's not bring the monkey.
You're saved, sir. We're gonna get you back to civilization. And how about we bring along your monkey pal? Okay, yeah, we can teach him sign language, and he can tell us stories about what you two did on the island together.
No, let's not bring the monkey.
Mrs. Krabappel, isn't Bart supposed to face the window so he won't be tempted to look at his neighbor's paper? Bart? Well, I'm finished. May I go outside and read under a tree?
Certainly, Martin. What are you looking at, Bart?
I have some very exciting news for all of us.
What?
Your son is a genius, Mr. Simpson. Bart?
That's long and impossible.
Bart, we'd like you to try a kind of school that doesn't rely on grades and rules and bells and buzzers. Does that sound good, Bart?
Sign me up, Doc.
I'm Ms. Mellon, your learning coordinator. Hey, what's that? It looks dangerous. But you do know what happens when you mix acids and bases, right?
Of course I do. Mrs. Krabappel, isn't Bart supposed to face the window so he won't be tempted to look at his neighbor's paper?
There's $1 million home hidden in Redfin's big game commercial. To win it, you just have to find it first on the Redfin app. 6 clues to solve, $1 million home for the taking. Download and update the Redfin.
Boys! Yes, sir, Sergeant Major General Captain! Ah, come on, boys, it's Thanksgiving. Call me Major General Captain. Now you eat up.
I don't trust that turkey those Iraqis made.
Ah, you're all wet, Swanson. I call the white meat. I call the dark meat. I call the cell phone duct tape to the side. No!
They're all dead, sir, except for Swanson. He's in a coma, but he's unlikely to recover.
Okay, well, just send Swanson's parents a letter saying that he's dead, because those are already printed. Your mother and I are very proud of you, Kevin. You're a war hero.
I don't feel like a war hero.
Only a war hero would say that. Hey, Kevin, can I see your purple hat?
I didn't want that stupid medal. You know what I did with it? I threw it back over the White House fence.
Wait a minute, I thought you said you flew straight home from Kuwait after you woke from your coma. When did you throw your medal over the White House fence?
Fine! Here's the truth. I was never in any coma, okay? I bailed. I faked my death and went AWOL. So, there it is. I'm not a war hero. I abandoned my platoon. So now what do we do? Me? Am I supposed to say something?
Cow time, boys! Yes, sir, Sergeant Major General Captain! Ah, come on, boys, it's Thanksgiving. Call me Major General Captain. Now you eat up.
I don't trust that turkey those Iraqis made.
Ah, you're all wet, Swanson. I call the white meat. I call the dark meat. I call the cell phone duct tape to the side. No!
They're all dead, sir, except for Swanson. He's in a coma, but he's unlikely to recover.
Okay, well, just send Swanson's parents a letter saying that he's dead, because those are already printed.
Your mother and I are very proud of you, Kevin. You're a war hero.
I don't feel like a war hero.
Only a war hero would say that. Hey, Kevin, can I see your purple hat?
I didn't want that stupid medal. You know what I did with it? I threw it back over the White House fence.
Wait a minute, I thought you said you flew straight home from Kuwait after you woke from your coma. When did you throw your medal over the White House fence?
Fine! Here's the truth. I was never in any coma, okay? I bailed. I faked my death and went AWOL. So, there it is. I'm not a war hero. I abandoned my platoon. Lisa hid inside the Pharaoh's coffin. A man thrust 3 swords into the Pharaoh's coffin, but Lisa was somehow not inside. The man found Lisa in a box on the other side. He thought Lisa was sent by his rival.
No one sent me. I just knocked on the door and it opened.
Lisa wanted to know why she suddenly ended up in the box. It turned out this was the House of Magic.
How did you do that?
Permit me to introduce myself.
The man was the great Raimondo. He was once the most famous magician in the world. Lisa was eager to learn about Raimondo's story. Raimondo told her to call her parents first to let them know. He first showed Lisa his Wally the piano-playing robot. Then there was a mirror that could predict the cause of one's future death. Finally, there was Raimondo's greatest magic trick, the milk can escape.
Looks like there was magic between you two.
The woman in the photo was Raimondo's late wife. She was also the second person to know the secret of the milk can escape.
Now, I'm alone with my memories and my medical marijuana.
Lisa asked if he could teach her magic, but Raimondo only wanted to pass on his magic to boys.
What if you just taught me one trick?
Fine.
Raimondo handed her the Ring of Destiny.
Come back in a week with these rings linked together and maybe hey, you did it already?
Seeing this, Raimondo agreed to teach Lisa magic. After all, his friend had even taught a monkey magic.
Not just flattered by that.
Raimondo told Lisa not to underestimate the monkey. That monkey now owned 18 car companies. Now Raimondo was going to teach Lisa the coin trick. Lisa had already mastered this technique.
Right here, man. Hello, phone store. I'd like to order a phone.
Abe asked Lisa where she learned magic.
From the great Raimondo.
Abe knew that Raimondo was very famous back in the day. His magic could turn a man into a woman into a wild man, and a wild man into Abe. There was no magic trick Raimondo couldn't perform.
We should use the magician with my cream.
Bart had bought Krusty's magic props 2 years ago, but he had never even opened the packaging. Homer thought Bart could hide a house in his mouth. He immediately told Bart to spit it out.
I forget why I'm doing it.
Lisa quickly learned the fancy card shuffle, but at this moment, Raimondo was very depressed because he had been expelled from the union. Raimondo turned on the TV and said it was this man who schemed to get him kicked out of the union. This man was called Craig. Craig was now Raimondo's enemy. Raimondo believed the essence of magic lay in mystery and misdirection. Soon, Lisa learned misdirection. She performed magic at school and even had her own poster. Then Lisa learned how to make objects disappear and performed it in front of Raimondo. Lisa had successfully mastered misdirection. Her magic skills advanced very quickly. Lisa even learned how to make a 300-pound woman float in the air. One day, Lisa was cleaning at Raimondo's house. He accidentally discovered a secret room. Inside was Raimondo's secret, the secret of the milk can escape.
No, I shouldn't. I won't.
Raimondo saw all of this. He decided to teach Lisa the milk can escape.
If magic is not passed on, it dies. The only magic we couldn't make was a child.
Soon, Lisa had mastered the milk can escape. She was going to perform. Lisa hid inside the pharaoh's coffin. A man thrust 3 swords into the pharaoh's coffin, but Lisa was somehow not inside. The man found Lisa in a box on the other side. He thought Lisa was sent by his rival.
No one sent me. I just knocked on the door and it opened.
Lisa wanted to know why she suddenly ended up in the box. It turned out this was the House of Magic.
Permit me to introduce myself.
This helmet is way too expensive. Your shop won't last long. A customer left the helmet on the counter and walked away. The owner sighed and quietly rearranged the shelves. The shop was barely making any money. He knew tomorrow would be its last day. Just then, a little girl walked in and asked for a helmet. He handed her the best-selling one and said, half price. The girl paid, thanked him, and left happily. No one expected that the next day, this nearly bankrupt little shop would suddenly explode with business. Phones kept ringing non-stop, and customers packed the store, crowding the entrance. It turned out that just the evening before, the girl had been in a terrible accident while turning her bike, and it was that half-price helmet that protected her head and miraculously saved her life. This helmet is way too...
How?
There was a time.
Have you ever noticed that lipstick has a shape very similar to a bullet? And there's actually a genius reason behind it. In the 20th century, during a war, a company used giant machines to produce bullets. But when the war ended, they stopped production and didn't know what to do with all those machines. That's when an engineer had a great idea. Until then, lipstick was sold in paper, and it was a huge mess. But he realized that the same mold was perfect for making metal tubes for makeup. Have you ever noticed that lipstick has a shape very similar to a bullet? And there's actually a genius reason behind it. In the 20th...
Bart actually made it to the Oscar stage. Could it be that he starred in some amazing movie? Bart's comic Angry Dad unexpectedly became a hit, and even a director wanted to adapt it into a movie. The animation process began smoothly, and Bart and Homer even visited the set to help inspire the creators. Homer even voiced characters for the Angry Dad movie while working. After persistent effort, the movie was finally completed. However, surprisingly, the test screening was a huge failure.
For God's sake, turn it off.
Bart was very upset, but with Lisa's encouragement, Bart decided to personally edit Angry Dad. Soon, good news arrived. Angry Dad won a Golden Globe. The Simpson family dressed up and attended the ceremony. Bart was about to give his acceptance speech when Homer jumped in first and took all the credit. Bart was very angry, and Marge had to comfort him, telling him there would be other opportunities. However, at the next awards and speeches, Homer stole the spotlight, and Bart got nothing. One day, Bart woke up to a phone call from the Oscars, informing him that Angry Dad had been nominated for an Oscar. Bart was ecstatic and decided to hide this news from Homer. Lisa accompanied Bart to the Oscar ceremony, where Angry Dad competed alongside many other excellent work. In the end, Bart lived up to expectations and won the Best Animated Feature Oscar. Bart excitedly went up to the stage to give his speech. When he saw Lisa encouraging him, he realized that this wasn't just his success, but the success of everyone who worked on Angry Dad. Homer also felt sorry for his actions. In the end, Bart shared the Oscar with all the people who helped create the movie. Bart actually made it to the Oscar stage. Could it be that he starred in some amazing... Employees at the nuclear power plant began enjoying luxurious perks. They got free coffee upon entering the company gate. Homer handed his keys to security and started using company vehicles. The cafeteria served a wide variety of free gourmet food, and even their work gloves were encrusted with diamonds. The company also provided regular eye exams.
Commonwealth weaponry. I've been dealing guns all my life. So did my dad. One day my daughter's gonna pick up that.
He had a disguise made for himself and infiltrated the staff under the new identity of Fred. It turned out that not long before, Burns had discovered the men's restroom walls covered in curses directed at him. They hate me. Things are better than ladies. Burns, unable to believe it was true, he hired a professional team to create a new body for him, and from that point on, he was Fred from the turbine maintenance department. Burns wandered with his lunch, looking for a target. Over here! Homer formally invited them to eat together. No one suspected a thing. Just as Lenny was about to comment on Burns, the alarm flared that was how Burns reminded employees to finish lunch. Everyone rushed off, with Homer leading some of them into the sneaking tunnel. To make up for it, Burns gave each of them $1, so Homer invited Fred to join them for drinks after work. Burns sent a signal to Smithers that the plan had changed. After a few years, they all started calling each other brothers. He gradually forgot his original purpose. Smithers noticed he was becoming harder and harder to reach. Burns spent every day with them either football or riding roller coasters. He even tried fish with them personally for the first time in his life.
Just don't throw
Word or several from our sponsors. John and Kathy's Super Salon invites you to try out the latest innovations in hairstyles. Look good. Make people jealous. Oh. Now, let's hear
He experienced the joy of having friends whose idiots like me. Smithers reminded him to monitor his heart rate through the earpiece, but Burns simply cut off communication. It was finally time for his bedtime story when he returned, and Mr. Smithers was worried sick. Worried? I just had the greatest night of my life.
I think he was more than a friend.
That day, Fred asked everyone what they planned to do after work, but they had to go back on duty.
Fred, do these men bother you? Back off, Smithers.
They noticed Smithers obeyed Fred without question, and they all admired him for it. Lenny suggested Fred ask Burns for more benefits on their behalf, not wanting to let them down. Burns deliberately played both roles alone for the three men outside the door. Everyone was grateful for Fred's efforts.
Let you big guy. There is no Mr. Burns. Only Fred.
In the end, to keep his friends, Burns was willing to keep the identity of Fred. Employees at the nuclear power plant.
Here's what the inside of different things look like. I bet you didn't know that the inside of a dice actually has another dice inside. The reason for this is if it ever wears away, you'll have another one underneath. I never knew that. Have you ever wondered how toothpaste comes out with that swirl design? Well, here's how they do it. They make it cross with the different colors. And I know we've all seen a fire alarm before, but have you ever seen the inside of one? Well, now you have. It's just a tiny switch. And here's the inside of a soda dispenser. Each of the drinks actually have its own tube. So when you press the
oh my god, that's a lot of technology, a lot of wires. Ooh, that's a lot. My mind came in progress. How a some machine works.
Send it through the tube. And I bet you didn't know the inside of a quarter is actually copper. And I bet you thought that shaving cream was just inside of the can. However, there's actually a bag inside of the can. Who knew? Here's what the inside of different...
Okay, a can. Shaving cream that has a can inside a can that has a bag. What type of technology is that with shaving cream? You tell me. And taste that can russes. Just cut off that one can. Just use it. That's the easy. Try to think up. I hate can openers. What is that? Tortilla. What's that tortilla doing down there? What do you think of it? Crazy we keep getting days off. Oh my god. What do you want, Buck?
What are you doing?
Just my prescription.
What do you want to grab that for?
Bob. Stop.
Do you know what that is?
Yes.
What is it?
I got the name of the fruit.
It's not a mango.
What is it? My nose on you go.
That's something you cannot eat.
What?
That's something you can't eat.
I can't. What is this? What?
Huh? Mom would kill you if you even touched it.
No! It was right on the counter for some reason. It was right here.
I know. You really want to know what it is?
What?
You think it's edible? No, it's for chips.
What is it? You gotta tell me first. I'm not giving
It's
it.
Mom's favorite thing.
I like it.
No.
Nope.
No Fallout 76.
I don't care at this point.
I'm not gonna play with you anymore. I'm gonna remove my PlayStation Plus. No.
Don't care.
That is guacamole.
I love guacamole.
Yeah, but you can't eat it just after that. You actually have to make it.
You gotta wash it.
No.
Okay.
You have to make it a certain way.
You're a bitch.
I'm serious.
Okay. You're gonna still be Fallout 76?
Smart. I never ate mine.
I know. Why is there another one in here? What's this? What is this? I'm wondering what the hell this thing is.
It's like a breakfast item.
What is it?
More like a dessert.
I want one.
No.
I'm hungry.
Put it back.
Sure.
I make cake. Homemade.
What the fuck is this? I might not recognize this type of shit. But it looks like poop. Dude, this is like something with poop.
Hot.
I'm hungry. I'm gonna start to eat something. Probably, Mom, Dad was over here like 2 hours ago.
I know.
You were asleep, boy. How do you know? John.
Where is Colin?
She's sleeping in her room. Went back to sleep after the shower.
Oh, at 2:30 a.m.
No.
Yeah, it was at 2 a.m., dude.
No, not at 2 a.m. No, it was like 30 minutes ago.
Yeah, but she also got out using the bathroom at 2:30 a.m. when she woke me up. Oh,
Yeah.
shutting the door.
But no, she was she did not take a shower in there. She was taking a shower in Mom and Dad's room 30 minutes ago. You were asleep at that time. That'd be something for me to eat. Be right back. It's so annoying.
Diamond City Surplus! Open 24 hours!
Man, this is crazy.
24-hour service! We're having a sale on brooms!
Mm-hmm. I'll take a look, sure.
The hot
Two chaps. Oh. He's annoying. And upstairs. Get up. I'm going to go back in there. I'm about to end it right here. We'll go play another game and think about what our next video idea is. We're going to save now. Goodbye, everyone. God bless you. Jesus bless you. And goodbye.